I was 5 years old, and I cannot tell you anything about when I was 5 years old. But that night, I remember that night because I wore a tuxedo that my mother made. And a 5-year-old in a tuxedo has to be a hit. He cannot lose. So I sang a song about the Depression in the 1930s. Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? Way before you were born, Michael. And at the end of the song, I took a bow, and my foot slipped, and I broke one of the footlights. Now, in 1930, footlights were this fat, and when you break one, smoke and an explosion happens. When the smoke came up and the explosion happened, I went backwards, I fell. That was the first fall I ever took, but I heard them laugh, and I liked that.
Yeah, and then it's,
And my dad was so proud of me, and that's the only thing I can recall of 5 years old. The next memory for me is when I was 7. I remember everything when I was 7. I was already performing with my mother and father. My mother was a conductor and a musician, and my father was this handsome, funny, brilliant monologist, great physical comedy. And he would sing, and the women would lean over and swoon. And 5 minutes later, he's doing some nonsensical thing with a hat and mixing up his clothes and folding under the chairs. He was magical. And I learned from the best. I used to sit in the first row of every night that my parents performed, and I watched him. And I'm doing everything he taught me. Not really as well, but I'm close. I just have to keep practicing and rehearsing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I think you brought a clip with you. This clip shows 3 generations of Louis' family. There's this clip, you're performing the song Sunny Boy.
Yeah.
Your father with you, and then you with your son.
Right.
And we want to show this.
Did you see that?
Yeah. I like it very much.
I like it too.
Yeah.
What's my name? Sunny Boy.
And Dad, what will your friends do?
Friends may forsake me.
And what will you let them do to you?
Let them all forsake me.
And who will you still have in the end?
I'll still have you.
What's my line? I mean, what's my name?
Sunny Boy.
And what did I make for you? Tell me, won't you?
You made a heaven.
For who? Right where? On what?
For me right here on earth. God bless me.
God bless me. Oh, I'm such a doll.
Oh, I'm such a doll. And I love you so.
What's my name?
What's my name? Sunny Boy. My son, Gary, was just 60 years old. 60.
But not in this clip.
No, here he's 10.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
10. But he was born when I was 19 years old. I was very busy making a family while I was working. Well, I was doing a lot of that without a family, you know. I have 6 more boys after him, and then my daughter. But we won't talk about her because it'll take 3 hours, and we haven't got time to hear about that.
No problem.
No problem.
But because it's interesting, you see, when you were 19, I think at 19, you met Dean Martin then.
Yes.
It was at this time.
Right.
And this was the big bang. You remember the first time you met Dean Martin?
Oh, God, of course. We were on Broadway and 54th Street, and a friend of mine introduced us. Oh, there she is.
Oh,
hi,
yeah.
darling. Oh, my God, is she gorgeous. Oh, so I'm introduced to Dean, and we met just, hi, how are you? And I knew he was a singer, and he knew I was a comic, but we didn't know how good. And about 2 months later, we were working at the same nightclub. And we did 3 shows a night, 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 2:30 in the morning. At 2:30 in the morning, when an audience of almost 4 people was sitting out there, we would fool around. During his song, I would put on a waiter's jacket and drop 300 glasses in front of him, light his jacket from the back. So, I mean, everything I could think of. And we were not a team. This happened in March of 1946. And then in July of 1946, I was playing in Atlantic City, and they needed an act. And I said, please get my friend Dean Martin, because he's a very good singer, and plus the fact I could use the roommate, because I can't afford the bill now as it is. I was paying $11 a night, and I figured if he came, it'd be $5.50. It would be wonderful. He came in only because I said to the owner, he's not just a singer. He does a lot of silly stuff, and I do a lot of silly stuff too, and it'll be good. He said, okay, I'll get him. Dean came in, sang 3 numbers, and left. I did my pantomime and left. The owner came backstage to me and said, did you ever see what cement shoes look like? I said, what the hell are you talking about? He said, remember you said you did silly things together? If I don't see them in the second show, you're both out of here. He says, what the hell did you tell him? I said, I told him anything to get you the job, you putz. You're here, aren't you? I took a pastrami bag. We had pastrami sandwiches before that show. And I wrote with an eyebrow pencil things that I remembered my dad did in burlesque. And I told them to Dean. And he heard every word I said. We went out the second show and did 2 hours and 20 minutes of nonsense. He remembered everything I told him. He didn't miss a beat. And about 6 weeks later, we went from $250 a week to $7,000 a week.
This is amazing.
In 6 weeks. And the first year, we made over $40 million.
This is amazing.
Leg, Hand, Gib, Feuer!
Ist gut!
Was soll das denn?
I'm a wanderer on life's highway.
Wir bleiben ewig Freunde.
Freunde für immer.
Ehrenwort.
Ehrenwort.
Känguru-Gelöbnis. Für
Känguru-Gelöbnis.
immer und ewig.
Hippity hop, kangaroo. Yeah, oh, oh.
Give me the road, the wide, winding highway, just let me know. Done beat the byways and I'll travel along, singing a vagabond song.
Give me the road, babe, the wide, winding highway. That's where I go.
Gleich werde ich wütend, du!
Gut so, schlag
Wenn du mich noch einmal anfasst, verarbeite ich dich zu Hackfleisch, du!
Wunderbar.
Also schön, wenn du es nicht anders willst, hast du dir die Folgen selbst zuzuschreiben. Hier, sieh dir das an! Beinarbeit, 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 Beinarbeit!
People worry about the pursuit of happiness. It's amazing the amount of time and energy they spend when there's really only one approach to the present psychological trend. What would you do without me? What would you do, boy? What would you do without me when I'm gone?
I bing. That's what I do without you. That's what I do.
Bells will ring.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
You sing beat the bell. Beat a balloon. What would I do without you? What would I do, boy? What would I do without you? What would I do? I need a partner, you're the one.
I'll be right there when the show goes on.
I'm for you.
I'm for you.
From California to Kalamazoo. What would I do without you when you're gone? When you're gone. When you're gone. Oh, what would I do without you? What would I do?
Hör mal, Kleiner. Eine Trennung ist das einzig Mögliche. Ja, wir waren schon viel zu lange beieinander.
It's a little difficult to watch for me. I have, he is not here anymore. Yeah. And I feel about him now as I did then. He was my best friend in the world, my brother, my hero. He was everything wonderful. And it's hard for me to watch and realize he's not here. So I put all of the love in my book. They're on sale, ladies and gentlemen, right outside. No, okay. Anyhow, it's all in the book. And the truth of what they were about is here. And I wrote it almost like doing penance. You understand the word? Penance?
Penance, no.
Penance is something you do when you're guilty of something. And what I did here was tell the American people, or the people that buy the book, that my partner was the most underrated performer in the world.
But what I like the most of Dean and you is when I'm watching old clips, movies, especially the clips from TV, from the Colgate Comedy Hour, I can see how much fun you had.
Oh my God!
You were. It's like bursting.
We couldn't believe they were paying us for that.
Yeah.
We were making a fortune.
It's what my mama always saying. Oh, I can't believe that you get money for this. But there is one clip. In this clip, I think you should pay back money for this clip, because I think this is the clip with the most fun I ever saw in my life on stage.
Am I going to see it?
Yeah, I think. See it.
Okay.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm singing in the rain. Sing the same song. Stay right there. I don't want to. Yes, you're going to. If I can make it.
Oh,
This
great.
is fantastic.
The beautiful part of that sequence was that he was so natural
Yeah.
and never budged from the concentration of the number until he put me there. And then he was the kid, he was silly, he was the mischief, he did it all. He got the fuzz in my hair to blow. I mean, everybody that loved it never ever recognized who was leading that whole clip. My partner.